Greeting folks, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be fixing the oil leakage problem on my bike. At least we'll be trying to do so. Subsequent upon the race intro that you have just seen, there was a huge problem of oil leakage from the right side of the engine. Now that we fixed the left problem already in the previous videos, this has to be sorted. Once the right side compartment was opened, it was found out that there was a leakage from the sprocket side, and on further prognosis of the problem, it was found out that the top plate of the gearbox was a little loose. Without wasting much time, first of all we drained all the oil which was left over before any kind of repair could begin, and to our surprise we found out that the thread on the place where the oil drain bolt goes has lost a few of them, and that needed to be sorted as well. Somebody on the ownership chain of this particular bike has tightened the bolt really hard, and that has eaten a few threads on the outer periphery of this particular hole, and we will be cleaning that, and we will try to fix that with a Metafix, or in the worst case scenario we will have to hit the lathe shop, and I guess we could avoid that cause not much damage is there on the thread. You can see it over here, just the outer part is gone, so that needs to be fixed. So we met the local aluminium welder and we got the job fixed, and after that we got the threading pattern redone so that the leakage won't really be taking place any further from that particular side. And later we applied the plumber tape over the bolt that goes inside, and that sorted most of the part of that particular area's problem for now. Later we stripped the engine to get a proper access to the damaged side, and we found out that the seal of the top plate was damaged, and that was immediately fixed. And that was my mechanic's assurance, only to know after I guess 50 to 60 more kilometers of ride that there would be leakage from this particular side, and for that we would be reopening the engine. With that kind of assurance, I took my bike for the ride, only to find that there was a huge leakage even after that job was being done. Add to that a minor accident which damaged the left footrest, which I had to get repaired immediately, as without that it was really going to get difficult to ride the bike any further. Well, that will be taken care of at paint shop. After letting the bike stand for 1 hour, I inspected the underbelly of engine, and it was still leaking oil. And that was a very bad side cause we have really put in a lot of effort, and that called for reopening the engine for second time. Culprit this time was the crank oil seal, which was damaged, and that left a huge oil leakage as we have seen previously. That was immediately fixed, and the bike was ready to go for the second time. No leakage, at least it's fixed for now. Next morning there was a huge oil pool right below the right side of the engine, and I took the bike to the mechanic's garage for the third time. The culprit this time was again the top plate of the gearbox, and that was leaking a lot of oil. You can see it over here on the sprocket. That was bad, that was really bad, and I was really losing my patience this time. If you sort one particular thing on one side, then the other thing will go wrong, and it was like continuing for time and again and again and again. If one thing is sorted, then other would go bad. If that is sorted, then something else would go bad. And if everything is sorted, then whatever you have repaired for the first time, that will go bad. So that was like really getting on my nerves. So I finally decided that once it's sorted over here, then it's okay. If it's not sorted, then I will be taking the bike to my home, and I'll be doing it on my own. So there has been no leakage so far. It's almost 2 hours now, and I rode it for like 50 kilometers. So that deserves a thumbs up. But then bike had different plans, and the oil leakage started yet again. This was the first time that I took my bike back to the mechanic, and the culprit was the same old top plate of the gearbox, which was still leaking copious amount of oil. So without wasting much time, I just asked the mechanic to assemble it back and took the bike back to my room, wherein I decided to fix it on my own. Well, there comes a point in any kind of restoration, and when you think that restoring the bike is actually more costly than procuring it, and at that moment you see and find things around you which are really working perfectly well, and you decide that okay, I should sell this bike off. But then some of us are really persistent and we really love whatever we have or whatever we buy, and there is a reason behind why we actually buy those bikes. This bike was pretty close to me, and this was the first one that I had any kind of ownership in terms of two-wheeler motorbike, and that was the reason that I won't really be letting it go. And the only option that I have is to fix it for now, and the best option to do that is to fix it on my own. So I'll soon be doing the rebuild of the entire engine on my own at my home. Stay tuned for more. Till the next video, build it, ride it.